Hello friends, welcome to course GUI Application Development using VB.NET. In this lecture you will understand the concept of data adapter. Significance. In VB.NET there is integral working of data adapter and data sets since the data is transferred to and from the database through a data adapter. Data adapter retrieves the data from the database into a data set and updates the database. When changes are made to the data set, those are reflected to the actual database by the data adapter. Outcome. After completion of this lecture, you will be able to write a program to perform navigation operation using data adapter. So friends, for that we will open our Visual Studio. So this is my Visual Studio window, and here I have created one project, Windows Form application, and given the name data navigation. Okay, now here I have created one more database. In that the name of my database is my student and the name of the student table is student. In that there are these fields. First field is ID, after that first name, after that last name, city, marks and birth date, and I have entered 10 data into it. Okay friends, now for this I will create the navigation application in my Visual Studio. Okay, now for that I will insert the text boxes to display my records of the table. So this is my first text box, and I will use the label control to give the title for that particular text box. Okay, so I will copy it and paste it for 6 fields of my table. There are 6 fields in my student table. Okay, now this is the first field, which is ID, that is student ID. After that there is first name, after that last name, after that I have city, marks and birth date. So this is the next one, city, marks and birth date. So these are my table fields. Now here I will insert 4 buttons to navigate through the data of my table. Okay, now I will copy paste it. This is my next button. Now as I will use this as my first button, I will label it as like this. Now this is my previous, this is my next button, and this is my last button. Okay friends, now we will require to make communication with our database. For that I will use my data source. So it is here. So I will click this to get my provider name. Okay, so this is my wizard. I will use this wizard to get my provider name. So I will click new connection. After that I will browse my database. My database is my student, and here I will click the test connection and I will click advanced button. Here I will get the connection link for my provider. So this is my provider, I got it here, and here I will paste it here. Okay, now friends, as we are required to make the communication with our database, we will require to import the namespace for OLEDB, as we are using Access database, so we will require to import the OLEDB. Okay, so for that, system.data.oledb, this namespace I will import. Now here I will require to declare one variable to hold this to establish this connection. Okay, so for that I will declare variable dimcon as new. When we are using new, means we are creating the object of that particular variable name. Now here I will use OLEDB connection. So this is my connection, and here I will use my provider. So this connection, this provider name I have specified here, and I have created one object of my OLEDB connection. Now I will create one more object for my command. So for that I will declare cmd as a new OLEDB command. So now here I will pass command for my connection. So my command is select star from student. Okay, so this is my command, and here now I will create one object for my data adapter. So dim da as new OLEDB data adapter, and here I will pass my command. Okay friends, now I will create one object for my data set. So dim as ds as new data set. After that I will create two variable mean and max. So dim max as integer and dim mean as integer equal to 0. I will set the minimum value as 0. Okay friends, now on the form load event, what I will do, I will make the communication with this data, and I have performed the connection with my data with this, and now on the form load I will try to display my record. Okay, so for that I will require to open my connection. So for that I will write con.open, so that it will open my connection. Now after opening I will require to fill my data into the data adapter with the fill method, and I will pass a data set and the name of my table to it. So the name of my table is student. Okay, now it is required to find out what is the maximum number of record in my table. For that I will use max is equal to ds dot tables dot rows dot count, so that this will give me the maximum value I can get that display into my message box. So I will display here my max value, and after that I will create one procedure navigate. Okay, so I will call that procedure here, and I will pass here the mean value, so that it should display the first record. Okay, now here I will require to first close the connection. So this is my close of the connection. Now here I will create one private sub procedure navigate. Now I will pass here value of my row. So by val I will use, and here I will write as integer, as my data is integer. Okay, I will require to specify here some variable name, and it's a data type. Now I will write here the name of my procedure, navigate. Okay, now here I will display first row data of my table into the text boxes. Okay, now I know what are my text boxes name. So the name of these text boxes is text box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and its important property is text. So whatever we will write into the text property, it should be displayed there. So for that I will write down text box 1 dot text equal to, now here I will write down ds dot tables, and as this is my first table, I will pass it 0 dot rows, and here I will pass the row number, that is R, and here item, as my first field is 0th location, so I will pass it here. Okay, now I will copy this particular line and paste it 5 times because I have 6 fields. Okay, now I will just change the text box number. And here the item number, it will be 1, after that 2, after that 3. Our rows and columns will start from 0. Okay, so here it will be 4, and last it will be 5. Okay, now we'll see how it is displaying. So it has created here some error that select command connection property has not been initialized. Okay, as it is not initialized, we forget to specify connection for along with our command here. So I will write here connection name. Now it will display my first record. So this first record will be displayed. Now on this button click, I should navigate through my data. Okay, so for that I will require to write some line of code, okay, on the button click event of these buttons. Okay, now before that I will write the procedure. I will change the name of that button so that I can easily identify which button it is. Okay, so the name of this button will be first btn. So I will write down first btn. Okay, and this is my last btn, and this is my previous btn, and this is my next btn. So the name of this is first btn. On the button click I will write down, here it has given yes, this is what the first btn. So on the button first btn, it should display the first record. For that, when it will display the first record when the R value for my navigate sub procedure will be 0. Okay, means I will require to pass here 0. So when it is 0, when initially it is 0, and if you have already navigated, you have to set the mean value as a 0. Okay, so for that I will check if mean is equal to 0, then I will display that you are already at the first record. Okay, so I will write that you are already So this will be there. Okay friends, now I think it is visible to you. Now here I will write the else part. Else if it is not at the mean equal to 0, then I will set mean equal to 0. Okay, and I will call my navigate sub procedure by passing mean to it. Okay, so this will work for my first button click. After that, previous button click, what it should display, when I want to go the previous record, my mean value should be decremented by 1. Okay, and if I am already at the 0th position, it should display that you are already at the first record, so you cannot move to the previous record. So I will copy this and we'll check the same condition. If mean is 0, I will display that you are already at the first record, and if you are not at the first record, at that time you are required to perform one mean is equal to mean minus 1. Okay, so I will write it in this way and I will pass my mean to it. Okay, now I will have the next button. On the next button click, I will perform this some modification. When I want to perform the next operation, at that time I will check my max value. Okay, so I will check that if my mean is equal to max minus 1. If it is, then it should display that you are already at the last record. Okay, you are already at the last record, and if you are not, then what you will do, I will increase the value of mean by 1. Okay, so in this way, and I will call my navigate subroutine. Okay, now I will have the last button query. For that, I will copy this procedure of my next button, and when I will be at the last record, I will click the last button. I will check that whether my mean is equal to max minus 1, means already if I will be at the last record, it should display that you are already at the last record, and if it is not, at that time my mean should be max minus 1, so that it will display the last record. Okay, now we will execute this. It will display my by default my first record. If I will click this next button, it will display my second record, third, fourth, 5, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and if I will click here also, it will give me you are already at the last record. Okay, now if I will navigate to previous, it will move to the previous. If I directly click the first record, it will go to the first data, and again if I will click this first, it will give that you are already at the first record. Okay, now if here I will click the last record button, it will give me the last record, and again if I will display click here the last record, it will give me the message that you are already at the last record. Okay friends, so in this way we have written the program to navigate through our data. So what we did, we have created the connection object. After that, command object, here we pass the command for our command object. After that, data adapter and data sets and two variable max and min. In form load event, I have opened my connection and I tried to fill my data adapter, and I calculated the number of rows of my table and store that value into max variable. Okay, in navigate, what I displayed, I just displayed the content of my table rows into the text boxes. Okay, and on the button click, I just check the value of mean and max so that I can compare it with my records and display the data appropriately. Okay, so this is the program to navigate through the records of the table of the Access. Okay, so I hope that you all students have understood everything and you will be able to create the application to navigate through your data and records.